I wanted to take a moment to talk to those of you who are over 40 or over 50 or maybe beyond to convince you to start creating your own video. And specifically, I want to convince you to start creating YouTube videos. So in case you don't know already, my name is Steve Eason, and it's great to meet you. When I'm recording this video, I'm currently 53. So just to give you a little bit more information on my background is that I've been seriously considering how to start creating YouTube content for about over a year now. My wife and I, we were talking about taking our very first trip out of the country. We ended up going to Scotland. And I wanted to document that trip both for our family to enjoy and also for us to be able to share our experience. So I'd recently purchased a drone, and I had also purchased a GoPro, and I started learning how to use these things to create travel logs for our trip. And this led to me learning all kinds of ways that I can use these new tools effectively. So we went on our trip. We captured all kinds of different great content that I used to share with both of my family and my friends. And many of them commented how they felt like they were really on the trip with us. So it was after this trip when I started to really explore maybe doing this more on YouTube as kind of a bigger hobby. When showing what I created to friends, they'd often say, "These are great. This is awesome what you created. I wish I could create something like that." Or they might even ask, "How do I get better shots with my drone?" Or "How did you even capture the footage of driving in Scotland on your car? That's just amazing." So I answered these questions, and I realized that helping others learn how to do what I was already doing was a lot of fun. I enjoyed sharing that information. It was exciting to talk about that. So I enjoyed seeing their excitement about what I was creating and how they could also create it too. And my wife kept telling me, "You should share how you do these things on YouTube." Well, that kicked off my next phase in my learning process. And sure, I know how to post videos on YouTube, but how do I know how to get my content in front of people who actually want to watch what I have? Before, I'd just been posting videos for family to see, and as such, I only got a few views, maybe over 100 or so. I dug in, I learned lots of different things about creating and posting videos on YouTube. I've always been technologically adept at both physical tech and software. I worked in the IT field for almost 30 years now, and now I'm in the content creation world. I'm doing all of my own editing, I'm doing all my own videos, shooting, I create my own thumbnails. I have a pretty good understanding of what audio work and how that works. I'm mostly self-taught, but I'm not an expert in any of those areas though. So as my wife pointed out, there are lots of people out there that would love to learn what I already know about content creation. So my biggest question is, if you haven't started, why not? And I'm curious, let me know why you haven't started, because I want to encourage you to do that, and I want to help you to do that as well. So why should you start a YouTube channel? Well, there's lots of different reasons. It might be something like you want to save a legacy, be able to record yourself for your children to watch later, or maybe grandchildren, to be able to record some of your experiences in life. That's one reason to do that. Another big reason could be a source of income. One of those sources would be something called AdSense. AdSense essentially is a program created by Google to allow you to share the revenue that comes in from advertising that they get. Um, Once you qualify for that program, you then are able to share in those revenues. To qualify, you do need 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time. But of course, you may say, "But Steve, I'm never going to get there. How do I get to a point of having that many viewers or subscribers or that many hours?" And it can seem like a struggle. There are lots of people online telling you that you can just do this and get there doing this process. But it's not easy to get there necessarily, but it is possible with some persistence and thought behind your strategy. So there's so much to learn along the way. It just seems like it's a huge hurdle to get across. But the nice thing is, once you do get partnered, this unlocks a lot of new features that you can start using to get a cut of the revenue that comes through. One other avenue of revenue is You can sell physical products or digital products. My wife, she does digital design, and she's in the process of creating a YouTube channel to showcase how to use the things she creates. And then there's a link going back to her Etsy store. There are other ways that you can get revenue from that is through affiliate programs like the AdSense program, which is one of those we already mentioned, but you can also refer to products that are, for example, on Amazon. Amazon has a program that you can become an Amazon affiliate where you put links in your descriptions of your videos and link to products that you're using. So for example, in my descriptions below, you can see a list of all the products. You can see a list of all the gear that I'm using to create these videos. I put those links down there just so that anybody's curious, wants to be able to see how I'm pulling this together. They can click on those links, go to those products on Amazon or any other product referral affiliate I have, and those help support this channel because I get a little portion coming back from those vendors, but it doesn't cost you anything. And it's just one way to support a channel if you're interested in doing that. One of the other big pieces around creating a YouTube channel is creating a community. And I want to build a community around this channel myself, one where I can meet new people, I can help them get started creating their own videos. Helping others is fun and exciting, especially when you get to see what they created afterwards. Then comes the area of understanding about search and other platforms. Google search is one of the biggest search engines on the planet. YouTube is actually the second largest search engine, which is owned by Google. And the cool thing is that anything that you post up on YouTube can end up in Google searches. If someone searches for a topic, for example, let's say camping in Texas, in their search result, Google is going to recommend some YouTube videos along with websites and other content. So there is a chance that your video could be shown. There are other other social network items that people sometimes are encouraged to create and use. For example, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. For me, I'm not interested in any of those other social media programs personally. They can have their positives depending on what your content type is, but for me and the people who I'm interested in reaching, they're all watching me on YouTube. And those are my people. So in my opinion, I just say stick with YouTube. Don't think you have to do all the other types of social media just to be effective. YouTube's primary job is that when you go to YouTube, they want to promote the videos that you are interested in based on what you've already been watching and what they feel that other people like you are interested in. So there's no other platform like YouTube. Their ultimate goal is to show you advertising based on what you're interested in. And that's how they make money, and that's what they end up sharing with you as a revenue split. The other topic that comes up around this whole process of creating YouTube videos, what type of content do I create? Well, majority of what you'll find is what's called long form video. That's videos that are longer than 9-10 minutes, going into 20 minutes or however long the video content may be. That's your typical long form video. There are also shorts, which are videos that are different. There's a short form video, which is shorter content, like 3 to 5 minutes. But there's also this other thing called shorts. Shorts are vertical video that are under 60 seconds. I don't really care for shorts personally because I like the content that I create is generally widescreen type capable. I like that type of format, which you see here. Podcasting, that's another way to get content out on YouTube. Both video podcasting and just audio. Years ago, I actually did create a video/audio podcast for a gaming community I was involved in. And we did that for 6 years. And that could be posted in YouTube as well. We did post our videos on YouTube. So we had our content being posted both with video, and they now have also audio options that you can get. So that's another way to do it. Live streams is another huge piece of content that you might try doing as well, depending on your audience. Live streams are really capable to reach a lot of people in a different direction. And then lastly, there's community posts that are available. It's more like a Instagram feed or something like that, where you can post updates to the people who are part of your community so they can see what you're doing. I've been using it to post upcoming videos I have that I'm preparing for, a trip maybe that I'm about to do, just to get people who are part of my community and are subscribed, to get them excited about what's coming and to have something for them looking forward to. One content creator I follow has posted, "Hey, I've got a new video coming out on Wednesday, be looking for it. Finishing the editing now." And that gets me excited as a viewer to say, hey, I know it's coming up, it's something I can look forward to. So these are some of the different types of videos and content that you can post on YouTube in your community. So what do you need to start? Well, it's pretty simple. You need a way to record. You've got a phone, right? I've got my phone. That's primary. The phone I use is my primary camera most of the time. Use what you have. You don't need anything else other than just basic gear to get your message across. You can always add things later. You can improve your quality of video with a new camera, or you can do lighting or all kinds of different things. But you don't need that when you start out. What's more important is what you have to share. Your content is the part, it's you that actually makes your videos important and interesting. I've seen all varieties of different types of content created using different types of tech, including, crazily enough, an old iPod Nano with a camera. Just little things like that can be done to get your message across. It's not the quality or how it's recorded or all the extra bells and whistles. It's more about the content. So I personally have tried several different camera options, but I keep falling back to my iPhone 16 Pro Max as my best tool. I'm recording using that right now. It does so much really well that it's hard to use anything else. The other thing that made a big difference for me was lighting. I got a simple light from Amazon. It's cost me, I think, $40. And it's just made the biggest difference with my overall picture quality. You can use natural sunlight as one option. If you have a window that you can put behind your camera that's facing you to give you lighting on your face, that's another great way to do it. But you have a huge advantage with your life experiences. Your life experiences are the things that no one else has. Sharing your experiences and knowledge can reach others interested in the same things that you are. But now the next question is, what do I do my videos on? What do I record? What's the next big step? Have you ever watched a video and thought, well, I could do that? Well, just the other day, I thought that myself watching another content creator. I get inspired by watching other creators that way. Maybe you're a crafter or a photographer, camper, or anything else like that. Just about anything you can think of, you can find videos on YouTube with that content. Ideas also come from comments on my videos. That's a great way to get some content that your viewers are actually looking for. A recent video I've been interacting with my commenters, answering their questions, but I can take those questions that more and more people are asking and create a new video that talks about that specific question and answer their questions specifically. It's just a great way to generate additional content without having to do a whole bunch of think tanking and trying to figure out what to do next. If you're hearing from others that you have to do 3 videos a week to be successful, just ignore that, especially starting out. When you're starting out new, if you start putting undue pressure on yourself, what you're doing is putting barriers in the way from you just creating and posting a video. One creator I follow has said the following, and I have this printed out on my desk just so I can always refer back to it. He said, if you create barriers to filming, you use them as an excuse not to film. He also said, you will learn more from doing more rather than obsessing over the fine details. These quotes alone have encouraged me to go forward and create content instead of trying to fuss with all the ways to make it better or make it perfect or make it the next best thing. I just need to get content out because, again, I will learn more from doing more rather than obsessing over the fine details. So, next thing you may say is, I don't have a fancy camera, lighting, etc., those things. Well, use what you have. I have another video talking about just using the phone in your pocket. You can go check that out if you want to see that. What is more important than the gear you use is what you have to share. You have experiences, you have knowledge that others just need to hear, that would be interested in watching what you have to share. Once you get going, you will start learning what you like and what you don't like, and also what your audience likes and what they don't like. So there's no guarantee of success, but if you don't hit record, no one will know what you have to share. You may be surprised at the connections you make just by starting a YouTube channel. So far, I've already made friends and started having interactions with other YouTube creators. I've started having interactions with my listeners and watchers of my channels and my videos. And it's been really exciting to kind of have that conversation with people around the world. Amazing how many people are from all over the world that get to reach out and talk to you through your content. If you have any ideas or questions that you would like to know more about, just please feel free to post that below in the comments. And I'd love to help you out as much as I can just to get you started on this journey. I appreciate you. I appreciate you watching. So I hope you have a great day. I'm going to look forward to interacting with you in the future.